some horrifying turbulence left one passenger dead and more than 100 people injured. Dozens of passengers are still in hospital in Thailand, where the flight made an emergency landing on Tuesday. More than 20 suffered spinal injuries, according to the hospital there. Well, CNN transportation analyst Mary Schiavo is also a former Inspector General for the U.S. Department of Transportation and joins us now live. Thanks for being with us, Mary. So just explain this new policy from Singapore Airlines and what it will mean for passengers.
Well, the new policy is not a big change from before, but the new policy says that whenever they're in turbulence or they left it a little vague, rough weather, bad weather, bumps, that they will suspend hot beverage service and they will suspend meal service. And that also further added that when the seatbelt light is on, this service will be suspended as well. And it makes a lot of sense. I've worked cases and investigations where people were injured by flying beverage carts, including, seriously injured and disabled. People have burns by the beverages, et cetera. It makes a lot of sense. But, there's always the counter part to that. And the internet's literally blowing up with people saying, well, this is just a way to further curtail cabin service. But for now, and given what happened, it makes a lot of sense, at least for this airline going through this rough period right now.
And Mary, given what happened, this deadly incident on Singapore Airlines that left about 100 people injured, 20 with serious injuries, would it have prevented that, given how sudden it seemed that turbulence came about?
Well, and I've looked at the weather maps, and they had been in and out of weather, so they did get some warning. It was just a few minutes, a minute or seconds after the seatbelt light came on that this dropped. The plane dropped, climbed, and then dropped again when this event happened. But since they were in some weather, in some bad weather, it might have helped. And certainly, if they had any warning at all, this would have helped. Had the luggage or the meal carts would have been stowed away, anything loose in the cabin would have been stowed away, and the crew would have been belted in their seats. So in this particular instance, had they had just a bit more warning, yes, it would have solved a lot of the problems and probably would have prevented most of the injuries.
Singapore Airlines has been criticized by some of those passengers who are injured. I just want to play some sound that came into us from an Australian passenger.
No information from Singapore at all, not a single word.
And you need to sort things out pretty quickly.
I need to know, am I going through my insurance? I've got no idea. I'm totally in limbo. My wife's in ICU. She's in ICU, needs a medevac.
And you need someone from the airline to help sort this.
So that's just the case of one passenger, right? What would your advice be to an airline in this sort of situation where you've got all these passengers injured, trying to get information as to what to do, what their next steps are?
Right, for international flights, for airlines flying international flights, a number of treaties come into play. And most aviation nations, actually including Singapore, do provide a lot of rights for injured passengers. Now, remember, this counts as an accident. This is not an incident, it's an accident. And a lot of treaties come into play. They're supposed to provide immediate assistance. They're supposed to provide full and correct information about what's going on. They're supposed to provide briefings. They're supposed to help with flight with travel information and travel arrangements after the accident. So there are a lot of treaties that come into play. But again, this airline was not in one of its home countries, but it's a very experienced airline. I worked a major crash of this airline, about 20 years ago. And so they're experienced in what to do after an accident. And the treaties are pretty clear what kind of relief you're supposed to do and help that you're supposed to provide.
All right, transportation analyst Mary Schiavo, always good to get your perspective and analysis. Thank you.